People's Bank of Seneca, proudly investing in our community and you since 1996. Locations in Joplin, Neosho, and Seneca. Bank PBS, peoplesbankofseneca.com.
Being a Lion comes with a reputation for excellence. Whether it's in the classroom, on the court, or in the community, Lions are leading the way. With innovative and immersive academic programs, new scholarship opportunities, and a campus committed to the future, now is the perfect time to find your purpose. Find your pride. At Missouri Southern State University.
Hunter Lee is on the mound for the Purdy Eagles. Here comes the first pitch, and it is to Nichols, the second baseman. And he got fooled with a little bit of a changeup, and there's strike one. Here comes the next one from Nichols, and that's a call strike. So we may see a lot of strikes being called here in the ball game tonight. Nichols puts his hand up, he gets in, he gets ready, and he hits the ball. It goes down to third base and is picked up by the third baseman. Over to first base, and he's safe. He ran that one out, so.
Brings up the center fielder, Finn or Sluice.
Finn for Sluice, the center fielder, showed us that he had some speed a little while ago in the first ball game. He walked and actually had a chance to come around and score, but was thrown out at home by trying to stretch it out. So looking for good things from him, as we'd said earlier. Coach thinks he could be among the best outfielders that Neosho's seen in a long time. He squared around to bunt, and he bunted it foul. Here comes the next pitch, and there is a good bunt. He's laying it down. He may very well beat it out completely. And he does. So Versluis beats that one out. He does his job. Nichols goes on down to second base. And that brings the top of the order, Hudson Williams, the third baseman. Runners on first and second, and there's nobody out for the Cats. And he looked like that he was going to bunt and then pulled it back at the last minute for a ball. Hunter Lee on the mound for the Purdy Eagles. There's a call, strike one. Coach Joshua Hughes has been the coach over at Purdy for the past 20 years and has got an awful lot of victories on his resume, so this team knows how to win. And there's a throw back around to second base, and the runner is back in time. So Nichols takes a little bit more of a lead, as does Versluis. And we're going to bunt it. It's going to be a good bunt, too, and it's foul ball. And the pitcher did a good job of picking that ball up before it had a chance to get back into fair territory because we were going to have the bases loaded. It's a little bit cooler out here tonight now, but the wind is not blowing at all. Hunter looks, Lee looks, and there's a ball outside. Well, the weather says that it's still 66 degrees and it's partly clouded. That makes it just a tad cooler. Counts 2-2. And a ball inside to Hudson Williams. That makes it a full count of 3-2. Hudson did a really great job of pitching the first ball game, went the first 6 innings and allowed 2 runs. Here. And he walks. That walks, the bases loaded. And here comes Cade Spiva. Best position the Cats have been in as far as being able to score runs. Yet, we had the bases loaded a couple of times in the 12 o'clock ball game and could not bring anybody across. Here's first pitch from Spiva, and it's inside and low for a ball. And there's a hard hit ball, goes over to the shortstop over to second base, but we're going to score at least one run. And Spiva goes on first base with a fielder's choice.
Now batting shortstop, Quentin Hughes.
So here's Quentin Hughes with runners on the corners at first and third and one out. He came up in the first ball game and hit a screamer into the power alley. And started with a stand-up triple for us. There's a call, strike one. And the runner goes on down to second base. Cade Spiva showing his speed. And we've got runners on second and third with one out. And there's a call, strike. A little bit of a floater that looked almost like a sinker. Came on the inside corner to Hughes and jammed him just a little bit. A ball and two strikes and one out. And he hits that ball and it nubs down to first base. The first baseman's thought about throwing it into home, but to no avail. Sluice goes ahead and scores. So the Cats have picked up two, and Hughes is out 3 unassisted. But there's 2 outs, and we have a runner in, Cade Spiva, over to third base. Here's Caden Smith. He is in the 4-hole. He's our catcher, and he swings at the first one, strike one. There's a solid hit all the way back to the shortstop. Is not going to get it. He's got to go in the hole. And another run scores for the Cats. And Mr. Smith is down at first base. And here's Colton Sutherland. He is a guy that is playing a lot of positions for the Cats. He did a great job playing second base for us last year. Looks like he is playing first base this year. And Drake Swift is a courtesy runner for Canton so he can get his gear on and get ready to go. Colton says, no, wait a minute. He's pretty disciplined, and if he's not comfortable with where he's going, he steps out of the box. Here's a call, strike one. Drake Swift over there on first base, and his name implies Swift, and he is. We may very well see him try to steal a base here. However, Hunter Lee is going to try to hold him pretty close. Cats have scored 3 in this inning. They're now up by a score of 5-3. Lee looks down, and there's a ball inside. So the count is 1-1. There's 2 outs. The ball was a little bit outside. It was a little bit of a floater, but Southern was not taken by it, and then the count now is 2 balls and a strike. Drake Swift dancing around over at first base. Now Southern calls timeout. He said we're going to have to stop and look at this for just a minute. Cats have got the bats going early. There's a ball low, which is really good. Purdy just played in the ball game before this, and they played Lebanon. We'll have to see if we can find out what the score of that ball game was. Here comes the pitch, and there's another ball on the outside. That makes the count 3-1. And Drake Swift just walks down to second base. Here comes the pitch from Lee, and it's swung on, strike 2. Looked like Colton was trying to put that ball in that same power alley. We've seen him. He beat out a really nice infield hit against McDonald County on Tuesday. Brody Crane, the left fielder, is on deck. Brody had an inside the park home run in the first ball game. And counts 3-2. There are 2 outs. Runner on second base. Here comes the pitch from Hunter Lee, and it's fouled off. We're certainly glad you're with us this evening. We are glad to be here. Glad we came over. We were over at the expo and didn't realize the ball game had started. But we're glad to be able to bring you at least this many. And there's a ground ball, goes down to the third baseman. Third baseman it goes around, and it's the first baseman misses the ball, and here comes Drake Swift for the score. And Southern goes over to second base. Brody Crane is the batter.
Brody Crane.
And that ball bounced right in front of the first baseman, Hunter Worthington, and then went on almost into the fencing. That's a backstop, but Greg Swift got the green light and scored. Well, it appears that Southern went on around to third base, and there was nobody even covering third base on that play. So the Cats have got a runner on third base, and the hitter is Crane. Here comes the pitch from Lee, and he swings hard. Strike one. So we've got a ball and 2 strikes, and we've got 2 outs. Here comes the next pitch, and he calls it strike 2. And now Brody is ready, and here Lee's working fast, and got him, strike 3. So there was a strikeout there, but not before the Cats scored 4 runs. The score is now Neosho Wildcats 6 and the Purdy Eagles 3. You're watching the Neosho Wildcats on the KNEO and Neosho Wildcat Sports Network, and we'll be right back after this.
Compton CPA Group PC, located at 112 Northwood in Neosho, is a full-service accounting firm and is proud to support the Neosho Wildcats. Compton CPA Group PC can assist you at every stage of your financial life and help you work toward your financial goals. From tax preparation to bookkeeping services, Compton CPA Group PC has you covered. For all your tax and business affairs, call 417-451-2932 or learn more at ComptonCPAGroup.com.
Being a part of today's ball game and part of the Neosho area is the Neosho Church of the Nazarene. They'd like to invite you to visit them sometime at their church, Neosho Church of the Nazarene, on Fairhill Drive, just off Neosho Boulevard. Sunday morning services are at 8 and 10:30. Bible Sunday School is at 9:30. For more information, the phone number for Neosho Nazarene Church is 417-451-1847 or online at neoshonaz.org. And go Cats! Brody Arthur set everybody down in order to the last inning. We need to be able to do that again. We're excited to be here today. We win this ball game today, and that brings the Cats to 500, which is certainly a good start by any stretch of the imagination. We lost a heartbreaker Tuesday to McDonald County in a 1-run ball game, 1-0 McDonald County, and it was a matter of Quentin Hughes threw a 3-hitter while Dustin Dowd threw a 2-hitter, and it was just that good a ball game. So it was an exciting ball game, but it's good to see the Cats rattle the bats. And the hitter is the first baseman, Worthington. And the first pitch is high for a ball. Here comes Arthur's next pitch, and it's swung on and fouled off, strike 1. The count's even at 1-1. We thought maybe we were going to get to see Arthur. He pinch hit in the ball game at 12 o'clock. Was the first time we've seen him in a baseball outfit. And there was a missed bunt that was called strike 2. Hudson Williams was almost in on the plate by the time the ball got there when he saw that Worthington was going to try to bunt the ball. Here comes the next pitch, and it's fouled off. Count remained the same. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Arthur is looking at the mound. He's rubbing the ball around a little bit. Kenton Smith is putting the signals down, and here we go. And it's high. In fact, it hits the batter. So the Eagles have got someone on base. Worthington by a hit pitch.
Pitcher, Hunter Lee.
Excuse me, that was Goss that was up to bat, and now the pitcher is Hunter Lee, and there's a runner on first base. And there's a strike. Now we'll get everybody lined up here in just a minute. I apologize for being late, but trying to get going, and there's a swung on foul ball, strike 2. Purdy comes in having won 2 ball games. They are 2-1. Like I said, I'm not really sure what happened in the ball game before the strike 3. Nice job by Brody Arthur.
Now batting second baseman, Will Henderson.
We're used to seeing him in a basketball outfit, so seeing him in baseball he's a just right tall young man out there on the mound right now for the Cats. And here's Will Henderson. First pitch is a ball. Arthur takes a big deep breath, looks at the runner at first and throws back over. And Colton Sutherland over there on first base. The wind's coming up just a little bit and blowing in, and the runner is running, and well, he was safe. It was a nice throw by Kenton Smith. Thought maybe he was going to overthrow. Hughes took the throw, and it was good, but there's a stolen base. 2 balls and no strikes, and Smith wants to make sure everybody's on the same page, so he steps out in front of home plate and goes through a menagerie of physical signs. Arthur getting ready to work. Here comes his pitch. Fouled off for strike 1. Cats almost batted around in the last inning, and they scored 4 runs in the process. Arthur looking back at second base, comes into the pitcher, and there's a strike. And it's strike 3. So there's 2 strikeouts in the inning. And now here's Damian Mahurin. He plays shortstop. Coach is wanting to talk with the home plate umpire about something. I think he thought that the count was a little bit different than what it was, but the home plate umpire is not having any of it. The wind is blowing pretty good. You can see it blowing on some of the jerseys of certainly the coaches over in first and third base, and the flag is coming straight into us. Arthur steps off for just a minute, looks around, looks down at his wrist coach, and he steps back, comes from the stretch, and here's the pitch. And there's a high pop fly. It is going to be out of bounds, and it's going to be over in the soccer field for strike one. Marin steps back in from the right-hand side of the batter's box. Arthur looks down at second base. Here comes the pitch, and it's a ground ball, and it goes to Hudson Williams. Williams gets the ball over to Arthur for the out. Well, now, I thought that was 3 outs. Okay, maybe there's 2 outs now. We'll get it figured out here in just a minute. Number 9. Now, okay, that was Mahurin that's up now. And there's call strike 1. Okay, they brought Will Henderson back out, and that's what happened. He grounded out. So there are 2 outs now, and there's a call strike 1 on Damian Mahurin, the shortstop for Purdy. We'll get it all squared away here in just a few minutes, I promise. Arthur kind of staring back at second base, and there's a pitch, call strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. We're in the top half of the 3rd inning. Cats are up by a score of 6-3. Arthur looks down, and here's the pitch. Maybe a little low and inside for a ball. Here comes the pitch from Arthur, and it's hit, and it's going to be a foul ball, and hit the foul ball fence over on the first base side. So the count remains a ball and 2 strikes on Damon Mahurin, the shortstop. Arthur kind of stretching his arm just a little bit, looks back at second base, looks back again, and here comes the pitch. And he got him, strike 3. So once again, Arthur takes care of business with 2 strikeouts and a ground ball. And the score going into the bottom half of the 3rd inning is Neosho Wildcats 6 and the Purdy Eagles 3. You are watching Neosho Wildcats on the KNEO and Neosho Wildcat Sports Network. We'll be right back after this.
Are you hitting the road without the protection you need? Your car is your trusted companion, but it still needs a safety net. Get the auto insurance you deserve with Community Insurance. Our affordable plans are designed to protect you from life's little bumps and unexpected detours. Visit our website at firstcommunityinsurance.net or call us today at 870-793-9876. Community Insurance, your trusted companion on the road of life. Community Insurance is a subsidiary of First Community Bank.
Sam Gorham and Aaron Mitchell are your specialty risk insurance agents for Neosho and the surrounding area. They've been involved in Neosho sports since their own high school days and know the importance of athletic competition and how it teaches students life lessons every day. For all your home, auto, life, farm, ranch, and crop insurance needs, call Sam Gorham today at 417-850-5116 or Aaron Mitchell at 417-483-8337. You can also learn more online at specialtyriskinsuranceagency.com. Go Wildcats!
John Ball with you at Roy B. Schaefer Stadium, and this is the Roy B. Schaefer tournament. It starts at the beginning of the year. The batter is Cooper Charlton, the sophomore, has been a DH for the Cats so far today. Got an opportunity and hit the ball square against McDonald County. But there is call strike 2. After Charlton, it is Nichols, then it is Versluis, and top of the batting order. The ball got away from the catcher, Easton Gautz. And there's ball 1. Hunter Lee on the mound for the Purdy Eagles. Here comes his pitch, and there's a swing and a strike 3, so there's the first out of the inning.
Now batting number 11, Jaden Nichols.
Jaden Nichols, the second baseman, is batting next. What a great opportunity when you've got kids that can play multiple positions. Jaden Nichols is one of them, and Colton Southern is the other one. Another little off-speed pitch. He was fooled by the first one, and that one's a ball. Hunter Lee on the mound. Here comes his next pitch, and that's a high drive. Somebody's calling it off, and it gets in. So it drops in for a hit, and Nichols is on first base. Okay. Here's Vin Versluis. He plays center field, and we've seen his speed already. We saw him beat out a bunt in the last inning and came on around to score. Here comes the pitch, and that one's a ball. And almost bounced up, and Gotts had to smother it in order to keep the runner from advancing to second. Comes Hunter Lee with the next one, and that is a foul ball. Versluis is a junior, and we've not seen a whole lot of him until this year, but he showed us that he has the ability. There's a ball that goes over to second base, or to third base, and to second base for the out there, and Versluis is on first with a fielder's choice. Here comes Hudson Williams, the third baseman. 2 outs and a runner on first. And he's going to run, and they're just going to let him have it, it looks like to me. Well, not quite. It was a rather close play, but Versluis is down at second base. Hudson Williams walked to start off the second inning. Here comes the pitch from Lee, and that's a call strike. So there's no balls and 2 strikes and 2 outs, a runner on second base for the Cats. After Williams, it is Spiva. Hunter Lee looks down at second base, looks back, here's the pitch. Call strike 3. It was a really nice pitch, and that got him out of the inning, left 1 runner, but the score remains the same. 3-6. Neosho Wildcats up 6-3 over the Purdy Eagles. You're watching Neosho Wildcats on the KNEO and Neosho Wildcat Sports Network. We'll be right back right after this.
At ProLube Tire and Auto Center, we know what it means to rely on your vehicle. We race all year and know how to get that extra inch out of every part. Precision, quality, and reliability are not just words to us. It's what we do every day. We know you rely on your vehicle to perform for your family. From oil changes to full-on repairs, ProLube gives you the best racetrack team experience, so you can be worry-free.
ProLube Tire and Auto Center, where we get it right on the road and the track.
Southwest Missouri Bank in Neosho serves the Neosho area from 2 locations. They offer business banking services including checking and savings accounts, business loans, and electronic banking. Learn more online at smbonline.com. Southwest Missouri Bank, a proud sponsor of community broadcasting on KNEO, equal housing lender, member FDIC, where their slogan is Southwest Missouri Bank, we can do that.
It's the top half of the 4th inning, and we're just rolling right along. The Cats are up by a score of 6-3. It's going to be Tegan Mahiran, Simon Walker, and Trenton Brazil are going to be the batters. Simon Walker is the batter. No, it's Tegan Mahurin's number 10. We'll get it right here in just a minute, but there is the first. Tegan Mahurin is number 10. 10 is Tegan Mahurin. And there is a ball. Here comes the next pitch. And that is a ball 2. So there's 2 balls and no strikes to Tegan Mahurin. He is the designated hitter, leading off the top half of the 4th inning. Purdy Arthur on the mound for the Cats. Here comes a pitch, and it's a little low and outside, so it's 3-0's the count. Next batter is going to be number 40, then is Simon Walker, and there's a perfect pitch, strike 1. After Walker, then it will be Trent Brazil and Perez, and that'll be the top of the batting order. Here comes the next pitch from Arthur, and it's fouled off for strike 2. So the count's full. 3 balls and 2 strikes, and no outs. Cats have got a nice 3-run lead, but we saw that Purdy scored 3 runs in the top half of the 1st inning. That's going to be a walk, and that's going to put him on first base. So 3 runs is not.
Now batting, number 40, Simon Walker.
Yeah. And we're going to take a time out, and we're going to talk. And it looks like we've got a pinch runner over there. And I can't see who that pinch. My eyes are just not what they used to be, I guess. But we have a pinch runner. It looks like that is number 4. Maybe number 6. And that would be Brendan Hawkins. And the home plate umpire is getting all of his numbers in place and getting set in because of the pinch runner. Arthur will start out from the stretch. There's the first pitch, and it is high and outside for a ball. Arthur looks down at his wrist coach, and here comes the next pitch. Pretty. Strike 1. Well, we got a ball and 1 strike. A runner on second or on first base. Arthur looks over at first, looks back, looks at the butter. Here comes the next pitch, high and outside for a ball. Cats are playing pretty well straight away. Versluis is maybe playing a little shaded over towards left field just a little bit, but not too much. And there is a ball a little high. 3-1 is the count on Simon Walker, the center fielder for the Purdy Eagles. Arthur looks down. Here comes a pitch. And there's ball 4. So Arthur has walked 2 in this inning. But there's nothing the defense, the Cats can't handle. Here is number 7, Trenton Brazil. Number 12. Number 12 is Jackson Lee. He's batting and it looks like he's going to try to bunt. And he pulls it back for a ball. So Jackson Lee is in place of Trenton Brazil, the third baseman, coming up in a butting situation. Arthur looks around, runners on first and second, and there's a call strike. So Arthur said, well, if you're going to do that, we'll just throw the ball right by you. And that is exactly what happened. Here comes the next pitch, and that is a bunt. And goes over to first base. Canton Smith picks up the ball and goes to first base, but the job is done. Runners do advance. but there is one out in a 2-4. Here is Aldo Perez. He plays left field for Purdy. And we're a little commotion again out on the field, trying to look and see what's going on. Captain Smith is making sure the infielders are all on the same page in the hymnal should we get a play at the plate. Comes the first pitch, and it's a inside and high for a ball. Flags are still coming right into home plate. So there's probably a 8 to 10 mile an hour wind. And there is a high outside pitch. It was taken. Perez wasn't having any of that, so that's ball 2. Arthur working really fast, and there's a ball that's hit. And we've got a runner on the rundown, and we got him. Nice job by the Cats that time to get the runner at second base. There is a run that scored in the midst of that, but good job. So that went from 6-1, and there is the second out, and Perez is on with a fielder's choice. So the score is now 6-4 in favor of the Neosho Wildcats. And this is Worthington, the first baseman. There's a high pitch on the outside corner for a ball. He steps back in. Arthur looks over at first base, back to the batter, and there's a swung on strike. 2 outs. Purdy has scored 1 in this inning. There's a runner on first base. Here comes the pitch, and they're sending him. Good throw that time by Smith, and looked like he had him, but he slid right underneath it. So Perez is at second base with a stolen base. Under Worthington, we don't know what he did the last inning, but he bats from the left-hand side of the plate. Here comes a pitch from Arthur. Canton did a nice job of framing that, giving the umpire every opportunity to make the call. The wind is blowing on Arthur's jersey just pretty good. It's a little chilly out there, and there is a high ball 4. So Worthington is on first, and here is Easton Gotts. He's the catcher.
Now batting Easton Gotts.
He was hit by a pitch his last time up. Bats from the left-hand side also. Runners on first and second. There's 2 out. And Arthur fires. Hit him again. So Mr. Gotts has the privilege of being hit twice. And that's going to load the bases with 2 outs. And that brings up the pitcher, Hunter Lee. And Coach Bo Hessel wants to go out and talk about it for just a few minutes. And the decision is Arthur is going to be out, and we're going to have a pitching change. While we have a pitching change, we will take time out for this, and we'll be right back. You're watching the Neosho Wildcats on the KNEO and Neosho Wildcat Sports Network.
I am a Missouri Farm Bureau insurance agent, and I'm here to talk about life, your dreams, your work, your family, and how you can protect it all with a company that will talk to you with the honesty of a farmer and take care of you with the integrity of a neighbor. I'll make sure no detail is left uncovered so your family can breathe easy. Because just like you, I chose to build a life in Missouri too. I'm a Missouri Farm Bureau insurance agent, and I'm from Missouri for life.
I am Josh Dotson with Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance Services. If you're in Missouri, I'm for you.
If you're a weekend warrior who likes to go, 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 don't let pain put the brakes on your pace. When you need help with an injury that keeps you from moving, you want an orthopedic team with a proven track record. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is nationally recognized and were recently named CareCheck's #1 hospital in the market and top 10% hospital in the state for hip fracture repair. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the experience you need to keep pace with life.
Welcome back to Roy Shaver's Field in the Marion Family Complex. Noah Lawson, the senior that has played some first base for the Cats, has now come in, and Brody Arthur takes a seat and a little bit of a rest. Hunter Lee, the pitcher, is the first person to face Lawson, and there are runners on all bases. There's 2 outs. Lawson looks around at the stretch. Here comes the first pitch, and it's popped up high in the air. And Southern's giving chase, but I think it's going to be out of bounds. And it is. Foul ball, strike 1. Cats need to stop this right here before they get too many more runs, or it could spell disaster for us in the later innings. Lawson comes from the stretch. Here's the first pitch. There's another foul ball, and this one is going to be out of play also. It was up on Purdy dugout. Southern giving chase. So there's no balls and 2 strikes on the pitcher, Hunter Lee. Hunter Lee struck out his last time up. Here comes the next pitch. And there's another popped out, and this one's going to be back over here in the soccer field. So there's no balls and 2 strikes, 2 outs on Hunter Lee for Noah Lawson, who is in relief of Brody Arthur. Lawson looks around, pitches from the stretch, and there it is, strike 3. And that ends the inning. And the Cats averted disaster that could have been with 1 run. And that makes the score after 3.5 innings, 4 for the Purdy Eagles and 6 for your Neosho Wildcats. You're watching the Wildcats on the KNEO and Neosho Wildcat Sports Network. We will be right back after this.
If you're a weekend warrior who likes to go, 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 don't let pain put the brakes on your pace. When you need help with an injury that keeps you from moving, you want an orthopedic team with a proven track record. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is nationally recognized and were recently named CareCheck's #1 hospital in the market and top 10% hospital in the state for hip fracture repair. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the experience you need to keep pace with life.
At Calvary Neosho, we aren't your grandmother's church, because she lives in Akron, Ohio, and that would be a terribly long commute for church. But if she did live in Neosho, we at Calvary would be delighted to have her come visit us. And since you live here, we would definitely like you to come visit us. Then, when your Nana comes to visit for Christmas, you can bring her to church and introduce us to her. We're sure she is a delightful lady. You can find us at Facebook /Calvary Neosho, or join us in person at 3650 Oak Ridge Extension. We gather for worship Sundays at 10:30 a.m. Calvary Neosho. Not your grandma's church, but we'd sure like to meet her.
I'm John Ball here with you at the Roy B. Schaefer baseball field in the Marion Family Complex in Neosho, Missouri. The Wildcats are in their bottom half of the 4th inning, and if this continues, they will sweep 2 ball games today to start out in the Roy B. Schaefer tournament, and that would be a really great start for the Cats. Starting off for the Cats is going to be the right fielder, Cade Spiva. Cade had a base hit and then came on a fielder's choice and then came on around to score in the 2nd inning. Cats were quiet, the bats were quiet, and there's a nice solid hit, and that's going to go a long ways, and that's going to be extra bases for Cade Spiva. It looks like he's going to turn it and go 3. And what a great, great start for the Cats in the top half or bottom half of the 4th inning. That ball hit right where it needed to, and it caromed right back out away from the right fielder. Here's Quentin Hughes with ducks on the pond. His last time up, he was tagged out unassisted by the first baseman, but a run scored. So first pitch is a strike. There's a high pop fly, and we'll see if the second baseman's calling it off, the first baseman's calling it off, and nobody gets it, and it bounces out of bounds. So it was a foul ball. The wind blowing out there is probably playing a little bit of havoc with the fielders when the ball gets up that high, and that ball was well higher than the backstop here in front of us. Here comes the next pitch, and that's a ball. Hughes has got 2 strikes now. He's going to have to guard the plate. Spiva's over on third. A fly ball should score him without too much trouble. And there's a hard ball that goes right back to first for the pitcher, but Spiva's going to come in and score anyway. And the Cats pick up a run, and Hughes picks up another RBI. So there's 1 out. The bases are empty, but the Cats have picked up the run that they needed. Caden Smith, the catcher, is up. Coach is out there talking with his pitcher for just a minute or two and getting him ready. After Smith, it's going to be Colton Sutherland and then Brody Crane. So Smith is up. Here's the first pitch, and it hits him. He goes to first base. Knowing Caden or Canton the way that I do, he is a competitor and he'll take first base, but that was not his choice. And we're going to have a pinch runner, and it's going to be Drake Swift running for Smith so he can get in and get his gear on and get ready to go. Smith got a base hit and came on around to score. We should say that Drake Swift did for the Cats in the last inning. Colton Sutherland had a triple. And there is the first pitch, and it's a ball. Cats have got 1 in, and there's 1 out. Southern stands in there and twists the bat around a little bit, and then Swift is going to second base, and he gets in. So the Cats have got a runner in scoring position once again. And Southern, and then it is Brody Crane. There's a high ball. Pitcher is calling for it himself. First baseman is calling for it, and it was a foul ball, but he caught it and almost dribbled it out. So there's 2 outs now.
Number 4, Brody Crane.
There's 2 down, and there's a runner on second base for Brody Crane, the hard-hitting left fielder. He stands in there, and he's ready to go. There's the first pitch, and it is high and inside maybe a little bit of a floater. Lee looks down. Here comes the pitch, and Crane has a swing at it. He got his money's worth that time. There's 1 ball and 1 strike. 2 outs and a runner on second base for the Cats. And there was a strike 2. And he fouled that one off. If he reaches, then it'll be Cooper Charlton, the DH, hard-hitting sophomore for the Cats. Cats have got 1 run in so far in this inning, and Crane swings at that. And the ball is missed by the catcher, but there is a strikeout. And the Purdy is out of the inning, but not without a little bit of damage. The Cats scored 1, so the score now is 7-4 in favor of the Neosho Wildcats after 4 innings of play. You're watching the Neosho Wildcats on the KNEO and Neosho Wildcat Sports Network, and we're going to take a timeout. We will be right back after this.
Crowder College, your future, our focus. At Crowder College, we have 6 convenient locations in Southwest Missouri and online programs to fit your needs. Flexible scheduling provides a pathway to a career or the opportunity to transfer to a 4-year university in a variety of programs. Cheer for the Rough Riders at athletic events. Use the Missouri A+ Scholarship Program for free tuition and common fees. At Crowder College, your future is our focus. Apply today at crowder.edu.
Every team knows that the 2-point play can be a winning move. State Farm agent Eric Norris and his team are here to help you go for 2 by combining your home and auto insurance. It's a great call and saves you time and money. So go for the win and score big savings by combining your home and auto. It's just another way to help life go right. Call State Farm agent Eric Norris at 417-451-6666 for more information. And go Wildcats!
Welcome back to Roy B. Schaefer baseball field. It is a Roy B. Schaefer tournament. This is the 3rd ball game. Cats won the first ball game against Southwest by a score of 3-4 in extra innings. Noah Lawson in relief of Brody Arthur. He gets the ball from Hudson Williams. We'll pat each other on the shoulder just a little bit. And here is going to be Will Henderson, number 25. Here comes the first pitch from Noah, and that is a ball inside. Noah finished the last inning with a strikeout. That's got to give him a little bit of confidence. And here comes the next pitch from the windup, and that's a hard hit ball. That is, looks like it's going to go. It is caught by Crane in left field for the first out. Damon Maheron, the shortstop, is the batter now. His last time up, he struck out. Here comes the first pitch from Noah Lawson, and that ball's hit right up the middle between first and second base, and Southern dove for it, but it was just not meant to be. So he's on with a single. The DH is Tegan Tegan Van Warren, as PA announcer Dave Marty suggests, so I'll bow to his rightness. And here comes the first pitch, and that is fouled off for strike 1. Lawson looks over to first base, and he comes from the stretch. Here comes the pitch, and that ball is hit out of play over here in the soccer area. So we've got no balls and 2 strikes with 1 out in the top half of the 5th inning. Lawson looks over at first base, takes an extended look over there, and then comes back. He comes set, and here comes the bat. Strike 3.
Brings up the center fielder, Simon Walker.
Here's Simon Walker. His last time up, he walked. He had a base on balls and was stranded at second base. Second strikeout for Noah Lawson in this ball game. Here comes the first pitch. He got set and swung on for a foul ball, strike 1. Cats need to get out of this inning and take the opportunity to add a few more runs. And if you think that I'm being greedy, you're absolutely right. That's exactly what I am. Here comes the pitch, and there's a hit and run. The ball goes down to second base, and they got him. A nice play, nice throw that time by Kenton Smith for the out, and to numbers 10, which was Q Hughes, and there's 3 outs, and Mr. Walker will come up in the next inning. After 4.5 innings of play, the score is Neosho Wildcats 7 and the Purdy Eagles 4. You're watching Neosho Wildcats on the KNEO Neosho Wildcat Sports Network. But we'll be right back after this.
Locally owned, operated, and here for you. Check out the new face of the Neosho Daily News, covering Newton County, highlighting area residents, businesses, school news, sports, and more. Find us on Facebook at Neosho Daily News or call 417-451-1520. Go get 'em, Wildcats!
Crowder College, your future, our focus. At Crowder College, we have 6 convenient locations in Southwest Missouri and online programs to fit your needs. Flexible scheduling provides a pathway to a career or the opportunity to transfer to a 4-year university in a variety of programs. Cheer for the Rough Riders at athletic events. Use the Missouri A+ Scholarship Program for free tuition and common fees. At Crowder College, your future is our focus. Apply today at crowder.edu.
Leading off for the Cats in the top half of the 5th inning, and it's ground ball to Cooper Sutherland, and it goes, or Cooper Charlton, and it goes to the shortstop, and there's an out. So the first batter in the inning, it was a 6-3, and now here is the second baseman, Jaden Nichols. He scored in the 2nd inning and had a base hit in the 3rd inning. And there's a call, strike 1. There's a ball on the inside. Hunter Lee on the mound for Purdy, and there is a high fly ball. There's 3 or 4 Eagles converging on it, and it looks like the shortstop's got it for the second out. So F6, and there's 2 outs. Here's Finn Versluis. Versluis came around and scored in the 2nd inning, and he got to second base on a fielder's choice and was stranded there in the 3rd inning. Ball 1 high and outside from Hunter Lee. Here comes the next pitch, and that's a call, strike 1. That was a curveball that fooled him just a little bit. It was on the inside corner and curved across the plate. 1-1's the count, and there's call, strike 2. After Versluis, it's the top of the batting order, again for the Cats. Here comes the next pitch, and that's a ball outside. So the count is 2-2. There's no runners on base, and there's 2 outs in the bottom half of the 5th inning. There's a ball that bounced in front of the plate for a full count. Here comes the next pitch. It almost hit him, but he'll go to first base, and he will gladly go with his speed. So Versluis is on base actually for the 3rd time tonight. Here's Hudson Williams. He had a base on balls, and then he struck out in the 3rd inning. Twisted his bat around a little bit. He's got those baby blue hitting gloves on. He stands in there, and he's ready. Here comes the pitch from Hunter Lee. And Versluis is off. And he's there. So now we have a runner in scoring position at second base. And we've got 2 men that can put the bat on the ball for sure, in Williams and then Cade Spiva. Here comes the pitch from Hunter Lee, and there's a swung on, and it's going to go right up through all the way to no, not possible. Versluis got over to third base, and that ball was in the hole. Hudson Williams is on base with an infield hit. So here's Cade Spiva. He is your right fielder. Spiva has scored twice. He scored on a fielder's choice in the second inning, and he led off the third inning with a triple. Hit the ball down the right field line, and it went away from the right fielder and went to the fence. And it looked like Purdy had a little play on, but not to any avail as Williams takes second base. So we've got 2 runners in scoring position now. And Spiva has 1 strike. Here comes the pitch from Hunter Lee, and there's a solid ball right down the first baseline, and that's going to score 2 for the Cats. And Cade Spiva is on first base with a single. That ball was just as solid across third base as it could possibly be. And the Cats are up now by a score of 9-4. Bottom half of the 5th inning. And here's Quentin Hughes. That ball got away from the catcher, Gulch, just a little bit. It's outside. It was a ball. I want to remind you to be right back here on tomorrow night at 3 o'clock. And just as I say 3 o'clock, there is a foul ball that is probably going to be out of play. And it was on the right-hand side. Ball game is scheduled to start at 3 o'clock. However, this ball game that was scheduled to start at 6 started at about 5:15. So stay tuned to KNEO is the thing. And go to the webpage and see when this ball game is actually going to start. We'll be taking on Lebanon. And there's another high fly ball, and it looks like it's going to be given good chase, but it is going to be out of play. Spiva was on his way to second base, so there's a little bit of a hit and run going on there. There's a ball and 2 strikes and 2 outs in the bottom half of the 5th inning, and the Cats are up by a score of 9-4. Hughes has hit the ball solid. And there's another foul ball. This one's going to be back on the soccer field. Hughes stands in there. Hunter Lee with the pitch. Here it comes. And it was a hit and run that there was no hit on it, and Spiva steals second base. That was not a ball that Hughes could hit. It was high and outside. But Spiva now is in scoring position for the Cats. Hunter Lee on the mound. Here comes his next pitch, and it just reaches out and taps it, goes over to the shortstop, and the out is made. So Hughes is out 6-3, but the Cats' damage is good once again as they score 2 more runs and makes the score 9-4 after 5 innings of play. You're watching the Neosho Wildcats on the KNEO and Neosho Wildcat Sports Network. We'll be right back after this.
Every team knows that the 2-point play can be a winning move. State Farm agent Eric Norris and his team are here to help you go for 2 by combining your home and auto insurance. It's a great call and saves you time and money. So go for the win and score big savings by combining your home and auto. It's just another way to help life go right. Call State Farm agent Eric Norris at 417-451-6666 for more information. And go Wildcats!
Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Joe Ringstaff, your Neosho Edward Jones financial advisor, understands this. That's why Joe Ringstaff is a proud sponsor of the Neosho Wildcats on KNEO. For all your investment needs, call 417-451-7789 or stop by the office at 2502 Lusk Drive, Suite D in Neosho. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Member SIPC.
Well, we just learned that the ball game before the 3 o'clock ball game, Lebanon beat these Purdy Eagles by a score of 12-0. I guess that's why that ball game ended so quickly, and we got this one rather started. Walker is the batter. He was in the middle of his bat when there was a throw out to second base a while ago. So he will come up and he'll start all over. Noah Lawson in relief of Brody Arthur. Arthur pitched 3 innings and pitched very well. But Coach saw something. He thought maybe he needed to pull him out for, so Lawson is in. And Lawson has done a nice job with 3 up, 3 down in the 5th inning. It's the top of the 6th, and the Cats are up by a score of 9-4. Here comes Lawson's first pitch. Call strike 1. We have ball game starting here again tomorrow at noon. If you're interested to come on out, and there's call strike 2. The Cats will be playing Lebanon at 3 o'clock. Southwest and Purdy will be playing also, and then the other side of the bracket is being played in Aurora. And it's called strike 3, or swung on strike 3. So Walker is down. And that's going to set things up for Saturday. As of yet, we don't know. We know what time each game is going to be played. We don't know who will be playing, so stay tuned to the KNEO webpage for all of that information, and of course on the Neosho portal as well. And there's a swung on pitch by number 12, and that is Lee. Strike 1. He stands in there, and that ball is thrown past. Past Smith. Strike 2. So there's a ball and 2 strikes and 1 out in the top half of the 6th inning. And here comes the pitch. A little bit high and inside from Noah Lawson. Cats are breezing right along, but that does not mean anything at this point with the way these teams can score. And there's a ball that's put on the bat, and it's over to Quentin Hughes. Quentin Hughes over to Southern for the play. I may call him Eric a lot before the year's over with. No disrespect to either one of those guys, by the way. Second out, and here is Aldo Perez, the left fielder.
Number 11, Aldo Perez.
Here comes Lawson and there is a swung on foul ball, strike 1. Lawson's working just a little bit faster than he was when he first came in a little while ago. Maybe he's warmed up a little bit and got the adrenaline going. Here comes his second pitch, and that's going to be low for a ball. And Lawson pitches again, and there is a strike. Strike 2, and Mr. Perez is not very happy with himself at all. It's 6:45, and we're we're in the 6th inning of this ball game, so it's moving right along as well. And there's a ground ball, and it's going to go right up the middle in between Hudson Williams and Quentin Hughes. So Perez is on first base. There's 2 out, and here is Hunter Worthington. Plays first base his last time up. He walked and was stranded at second base. Here comes the pitch from Lawson. Hayden Smith jumped up real quick and threw the ball back to first base just to kind of keep everybody honest. First pitch was a ball. Worthington stands back in there. He stands on the left-hand side. Here comes the pitch, and that is a foul ball, and it's going to be out of play for strike one. I want to take time and say hi to everybody over at the Expo. This ball game is being carried live via big screen TV at our booth over at the Expo. There is a runner going down, and it was a good throw. It just did not get there, and Perez gets the stolen base. This ball game is being brought to you, as I said, via big screen TV at the KNEO booth over at the Expo. So if you got a chance, run on over there and see Jim Jackson and Luke Taylor and throw a ball and see if you can't get some peanuts or Cracker Jacks. Anything that you can think of that is more baseball and American than peanuts and Cracker Jacks? No, I don't think so, unless it's bubble gum, and we've got some of that too. Lawson looks at the runner at second base, and there's a pitch, and it is swung on, and that ends the inning. So there is nothing doing, and a runner is left on second base, and we go into the middle of the sixth inning, and the score is Neosho Wildcats 9 and the Eagles from Purdy 4. You're watching the Neosho Wildcats on the KNEO and Neosho Wildcat Sports Network, and we'll be right back after this.
This is Pastor Barry Reel from the First Free Will Baptist Church of Neosho. Though our culture seems to be rejecting the idea of truth, we remain committed to obeying God's Word by speaking the truth in love. We would love to share God's truth and love with you. We're located at 960 Burr Crossing Road in Neosho, and we meet on Sunday mornings at 10:45 a.m. and then again on Sunday and Wednesday nights at 6 p.m. Find us on Facebook at First Free Will Baptist Neosho or call 918-413-5465.
Clark Funeral Homes, with 2 locations, 312 South Wood Street in Neosho and Highway B at Highway 86 in Granby, is proud to be a part of these local communities. Established in 1890, they specialize in a variety of funeral service options, including traditional, cremation, and graveside services. They also offer monuments. Clark Funeral Homes, 417-451-2345, or online at clarkfuneralhomes.com, a sponsor of KNEO and Neosho Wildcat Sports Network.
We are back at Roy B. Schaefer Stadium. This is the third ball game. At least on this side, there's ball games being played in Aurora as well. The Roy Schaefer tournament, in order to honor him for being not only a great supporter of athletics, but a great educator as well. As we said, we'll be here tomorrow at 3 o'clock, and we want to invite everybody to come on out to the ball game and see the Cats and see them play. Bottom half of the sixth inning, the Cats are up by a score of 9-4, and here is Kenton Smith. Kenton got hit by a pitch the last time up in the first, and his first at bat, he had a single and came on around to score. Well, he didn't, his pinch runner did, but he had the single. I want you to stay tuned after the ball game. We'll have an interview with Coach Bo Hessel and a couple of his ball players as well, which should be pretty exciting, as if things continue to go the way they are, the Cats will have won 2 ball games this afternoon, which is a pretty good start to the tournament. There is a ball that's hit high, and it's going to be out of play, almost back there on the soccer field. Here comes the pitch from Hunter Lee, and it is on the outside. Counts now 3-1 to the catcher, Kenneth Smith. And there's a high ball, and it's going to be back and out of play as well. Canton saw some catching time last year in varsity as a sophomore and was into pitch, hit a little bit along the way too, and he's very comfortable in that catcher's position. There's the pitch from Hunter, and he just throws his bat out there. The ball goes to second base, and, well, it was a close play, but he's out. So Smith is out 4-3, and there is one out. Here's Colton Sutherland. Brody Arthur is up after him. Sutherland playing first base tonight in lieu of Noah Lawson, who is on the mound for the Cats. Here's the first pitch, and Sutherland backs away from it. It's an inside floater. It looked like a little bit of a changeup. Hunter Lee comes and here's his deal, and there's another one on the inside ball too. Hunter Lee's gone the distance for Purdy, and there is ball 3. Let's see if we can't get a base runner right here. I feel certain that Copeland's not going to swing, and he will. He goes to first base.
Now batting, Brody Crane.
Here's the left fielder, Brody Crane. He kind of looks at his own wrist rocket to see what's going on there and see what kind of pitches he needs to be looking for. As we said, he had an inside the park home run in the first ball game for the Cats, and he was swinging for the fence that time, strike 1. Hunter Lee had a strikeout back in the 4th inning. The rest of the time it has been all the Cats and the defense behind him. The count's now 1-1. There's one out and a runner on first base in Colton Sutherland. And Sutherland's going to take an opportunity to go on down to second base. It was more a passed ball that time, but it was still a base that we were aggressive with, and that's the way it works with this ball club. And there's a called strike. So the count now is 2-2. It's going to be Cooper Charlton, the designated hitter after Crane. And he hits that ball, and it looks like it's going to go to the shortstop, and the shortstop makes the play over to first base, but Sutherland comes around to third. So 6-3, but Crane does his job, and he gets the runner around to third base. Here's Cooper Charlton, the designated hitter. He bats from the left-hand side. He has struck out once, and he grounded out once. The first pitch was a ball, and there's another ball for almost got away from Gotts. And that would have possibly scored Southern. He's over there at third base. 2 balls and no strikes. Here comes the pitch underway. Ball 3. Hunter Lee seems to be having a little bit of control problems here of late. And there's a walk. So Charlton's on first base with a walk. Look for him to show us a little bit of speed here in just a minute, but here's Jaden Nichols, the second baseman. Nichols has scored had a single and scored in the 2nd inning, had a single in the 3rd inning, and flied out to center field his last time up. And there's a ground ball, and it's going to go through the middle, and that's going to score Southern. And Nichols is on first with a base hit. Nice hit and run, and I'm not sure that hit and run didn't kind of mess things up for the defense as they saw that he was running down to second base. So Charlton's on second. And there is a high fly ball. It could be dangerous, but it's caught by the third baseman, and Versluis is out. But the Cats score again, and the score is now 10-4 after 6 innings of play. You're now watching the Neosho Wildcats on the KNEO and Neosho Wildcat Sports Network. We'll be right back after this.
Family Market, located at 201 North Neosho Boulevard, is your friendly hometown grocery store with delicious deli and the best selection of fresh meats and beautiful produce. Family Market can also take care of all your catering needs. Whether your upcoming event is big or small, Family Market can handle it all. Call 451-0057. That's 451-0057. Check out the Family Market Facebook page for weekly specials. Go Wildcats from Family Market of Neosho.
We all have those days where we don't want to get up. But when we have true discipline and choose to rise up, we become the best version of ourselves. To start your journey today, visit risefitnesscenter.com.
Welcome back to the Roy B. Schaefer Stadium. It is the top half of the 7th inning. Unless something really special happens, the Wildcats are going to be winning their second ball game of the day. The Cats are out there in their all white uniforms, and Purdy Eagles are in the black tops and white bottoms. And there's the first pitch from Noah Lawson, and it is outside for a ball. Here comes the windup, and now the pitch underway, and it hit him. So the catcher Gotts gets on first base by a hit pitch. That brings up the pitcher, Hunter Lee. And we're going to have a pinch runner, and that pinch runner is number 1, and that is Eric Garcia. Eric Garcia is the pinch runner at first base. Lawson on the mound in relief of Arthur, and there's a swung on strike. Hunter Lee wants to do something in order to help his cause, so he got his money's worth on that swing. But there's no balls and 1 strike. Runner on first base and no outs in the top of the 7th inning. Lawson looks in, looks over at first base, comes back. Here's the pitch, and there's swung on strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes on Hunter Lee, the pitcher for the Purdy Eagles. Lawson looks down, looks over at second base, looks back, nods his head. Here comes the third pitch, and that's a foul ball that's going to be out of play. So the count will remain the same, and we'll regroup. Lawson in on relief of Brody Arthur. There is a high pitch. So the count now is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Runner on first base and no outs in the top half of the 7th inning. Neosho Wildcats are ahead by the score of 10-4. Lawson looks down and he deals. Here's the pitch, and it's swung on, and it's strike 3. So Hunter Lee is out. That's the first out of the 7th inning. And that brings up Will Henderson. Henderson plays second base. He flied out to Brody Crane his last time up. And here's the pitch from Lawson, and he swings at that one, fouls it off for strike 1. Henderson stands in there. Lawson looks over at first base, looks back around, checks his infield. Here comes the pitch underway, and that's a high fly ball, and it's going out into the outfield, and Crane makes the catch for the out. So there's 2 away. And the batter is Damon Mahurin. He is the shortstop. And he was out in a rundown, going down to third base his last time up. Lawson looks down, looks over at first base, nods, and here comes the pitch. And there is a fly ball, and it's going to be out of play, but it's going to be strike one. Lawson looks back around. He's got one strike. Here comes the pitch underway. That's slowing inside for a ball. Lawson looks back around over at second base and pitching from the stretch. Gets the sign. Here comes the pitch. And there's a swing, and it's a flying ball that is a fly right to Nichols, and that ends the ball game.
That's the ball game. Neosho wins.
And the Neosho Wildcats win by a score of 10-4 over the Purdy Eagles. If you'll stay tuned, we're going to have Coach Bo Hessel and probably a couple of the players up here in a short time. So we're going to take time out for this, and then we'll be right back.
KNEO would like to thank the Big Nickel for sponsoring this portion of broadcasting on 91.7 FM. The Big Nickel is an advertising shopper for thousands of different items, from automobiles and livestock to help wanted and real estate. It covers a 70-mile radius in the four-state area and is available in area businesses each week. Located at 1931 East 20th Street, Suite 103 in Joplin, Missouri. Their telephone number is 417-624-4100.
Fawcett Greenhouse at 898 Baxter Street in Neosho is a proud supporter of Neosho sports. Springtime brings growing season and baseball to the Neosho area, and Fawcett Greenhouse supports all Neosho spring sports and wants to wish all Wildcats good luck for a happy and safe season of competition. Fawcett Greenhouse can supply you with all your home landscaping and gardening needs. For more information, the number is 417-451-5369 or FawcettGreenhouse.com.
Welcome back to the third and final ball game of the Roy B. Schaefer tournament. On the Neosho side, they're still probably playing over in Aurora, but the Cats take this one by a score of 10-4. Brody Arthur came in and pitched extremely well. The Purdy picked up 3 runs in the first inning, and then he settled down before we got too carried away. Coach saw something in about the 4th inning, and Noah Lawson came in. The senior shut everybody down. They didn't score a run after that, and it's just that simple. The Cats did a great job with the ball game tonight. We hit the ball, and we hit the ball well. We got people on base, and we saw the speed of some of our young players, because there was no doubt by the time they got to first base, they were going to second base as well. And we will take another timeout, and we will wait for Coach Hessel to come up here. You are watching the Neosho Wildcats on the KNEO and Neosho Wildcat Sports Network.
The Sports Locker, located at 1206 Neosho Boulevard, Neosho, is a proud supporter and supplier of Crowder College athletics. The Sports Locker also specializes in team sports apparel for high schools and Little League teams. They also have Nike and Under Armour clothing, open Monday through Friday, 9:30 to 6, Saturday from 9:30 to 5, and Sundays noon to 5, or online at shopsportslocker.com. Proud supporters of Crowder College athletics.
A new era in local sports begins. The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report is where you'll find all of your local sports information. Join Sports Director Michael Imami and reporters Chaz Wright and Tashina Coleman every night. We cover Little League, high school athletics, Missouri Southern, and Pittsburgh State, along with countless community colleges in the 4 states. We cover it all. So whether you're a Chiefs, Cardinals, Eagles, or Wildcats fan, you won't want to miss the Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report.
McKay Quality Roofing is a proud supporter of KNEO Radio and the Neosho Wildcat Sports Network. They are located in their new offices at 8115 South Neosho Boulevard. They specialize in roof removal and replacement of residential and commercial properties. In order to serve you better, they have offices in Neosho, Cassville, and Grove, Oklahoma. Call McKay Quality Roofing at 417-455-3326 for a free quote, or online at McKayQualityRoofing.com for more information. And go Cats!
Well, we're back at Roy B. Shaver Stadium. John Ball and I've got Coach Bo Hessel. Coach, it's got to feel pretty special after the heartbreaker that we lost on Tuesday to come back here and win 2 tonight.
Yeah, it's one of the best parts of baseball is you get to, after a hard loss, you get to play pretty quickly. So you get to put it behind you. I thought we competed well all day with the bats and on the mound, and the results, speak for themselves.
Yeah, they really do, and I tell you, the defense that the Cats have been playing, their heads up, and they're watching what they're doing. It looked like Brody Arthur was coming on real strong, and then all of a sudden Lawson comes in and just shuts him down.
Yeah, we, A-Rod had an off day, and Brody came in and shut him down for a few innings, and then he got a little wild, and then Noah came in and did a great job. He's pitched a lot for us in the summer, and that paid off today. We are very, very deep with arms this year. And so, if one guy doesn't have it, that's no problem. We'll go to the next one, and someone's going to find it, and Noah was the one that found it today.
Well, not only are we deep with arms, we've got kids that can play 2 and 3 and 4 different positions. That's got to make you feel good, too.
Yeah, we've got outfielders moving all over the place. We've got infielders moving around. It's a good thing to have for a coach because it gives me some flexibility with the lineup, but we try to preach multiple positions, and the guys that are capable of doing it do a great job. Well,
I tell you something else we found out. It's going to be a foregone conclusion. We've got a couple of kids out there. If they get on first base, they're going to steal second.
Yeah, we have a lot of speed. This is for sure the most speed of any team that I've had in my 3 years, and we're going to run. We're going to make teams throw us out, and sometimes we will get thrown out, but I want to keep the pressure on. Finn steals a lot of bags. Hudson Williams steals a lot of bags. Kate Spiva can steal bags. I mean, we've got 4, 5, 6 kids in that lineup that can all take second and even take third. So we're gonna use that to our advantage.
Williams showed us his speed in the rundown between second and third base, didn't he? I mean, he was about 3 steps ahead of the kid before he ever got to second base and tagged him out.
Yeah, he can run. He shows it in football, and then it translates over to baseball as well.
Well, we got Lebanon tomorrow at 3:00. They just beat the team that we beat 12-0.
Yep. Yeah, they're a good team. We play them every year. Coach Weatherman does a good job. They're a well-coached team. So we'll come ready to play at 3:00, and we've got one of our best on the mound, Brody Crane. So we'll just see, mano y mano, see who can win that game. Big game.
Absolutely. Congratulations,
Thank
Coach.
you.
Let me talk to a couple of these other guys for just a minute. Mr. Lawson. Great job. I mean, you came in and shut him down. I think you started out with a strikeout in the bottom half of the inning, and then you just carried it on from there. Did you ever feel like that you were out of control in the ball game?
A little bit towards the end, but came back in and showed him.
Would you rather pitch from the windup, or would you rather pitch from the stretch?
Wind up, preferably.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And you didn't seem to let the guys not a lot of them got on base, but occasionally one would get on first base. Didn't seem to bother you in the least little bit, did it?
Nope.
All right, well, congratulations. We saw you over at first base at the McDonald County ball game with an overthrow that you threw a guy out at third base, and I thought, wow, this guy's got an arm. So congratulations on a great victory.
Thank you.
All right, let me talk to the Bulldog. Hey, man, what a ball game.
Thank you.
And we're talking with Mr. Smith, the catcher. I saw you out there doing more things physically with signs and things like that. Is that becoming more and more important?
Yes, sir. Yeah, we really want to stress our mental game this year of bunt coverages and first and third coverages. So that's a big part of me calling those signs out there for the guys in the infield. Make sure we know where the ball's going at every pitch.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, you're coming around, you're hitting in the 4-hole, you're getting some opportunities for some RBIs along the line. That doesn't hurt your feelings, does it?
No, sir. Yep. I like to drive in runs and just put the bat on the ball and see where it goes.
Yeah. Well, how did you feel about the first ball game? Did you think that there was a chance that we may not eke that one out?
Yes, sir. Yeah, we struggled a little bit hitting, but we're starting to get in that groove. I think as a team, if we start early, we're going to have more success during this year. If we just put a few runs up in the early innings and just get it rolling from there.
Well, now, I didn't make it to the first inning because I was over there at the Expo and didn't know that we'd started, but we had already scored. They'd scored 3 the first inning, and then we came back and scored 2, and it was almost lights out after that.
Yes, sir, yeah. Alex struggled just a little bit. He was all around the zone. I thought he did pretty well, just couldn't quite find it. So they put up 3 in that first inning, but we responded well.
Yeah, we really did, and that's going to be our bread and butter before it's over with. This probably is among the best defensive ball clubs that I've seen in the 5 years that I've been doing Neosho baseball.
Sure, thank you.
Yeah, and it's going to be exciting the more opportunities we have. We got Lebanon tomorrow. Now, they beat these guys 12-0. What are your thoughts about that?
Yes, sir. I was watching them play that game before our game, and I think they're going to be a strong team, but if we come out and have good at-bats and put the bat on the ball, I think we're going to give them a run for their money.
All right, Kenton, thank you so much.
Yes,
I
sir.
appreciate it. Great 2-ball games. It feels good, especially after the heartbreaker on Tuesday, to come back and win 2 here today, doesn't it?
Yes, sir.
That puts us at 500, and I'm expecting to build on that. So I'll let you get home and get a little bit of rest, and we'll get out of here, and we'll see you tomorrow evening.
Sir, thank you very much.
You bet. Thank you. Well, you heard it. That's pretty much the way it is. These cats are going to be concentrating on the mental aspect of the ball game. We're going to make sure that everybody is in the right place. If there's an option for a bunt, if there's an option for a runner at second and third, these cats are going to stop and do that. It is a great defensive ball club. From here, that finishes the ball game tonight. The Neosho Wildcats take 2. They beat Southwest of Washburn in 8 innings this morning at a noon ball game, 3-4. And then we beat the Purdy Eagles tonight, 10-4. So this is John Ball asking you to be back with us again tomorrow, and I'd love to have you see and hear us, but come on out here and support these cats. They are deserving of your support. God bless you for watching us, and we hope that we'll see you again. Hey, take time to go see our sponsors and tell them how much you appreciate them. Now, after the ball game here tomorrow night, and there's still an hour or so, you can still make it over to the Business Expo over here at the junior high. After the ball game tomorrow night, KNEO has their listener appreciation night. Why don't you come out to Joplin Family Worship Center? It's just off Interstate 249, and you can be right there. I promise you won't be disappointed. There's always some good food. Day 4 is going to be singing, and Ricky Mortis, a local comedian, will be there, and you'll get to hear Mark Taylor talk about what God has done through KNEO in the last year. So until we see you tomorrow, take care of yourselves, watch yourselves, get good rest tonight.